Okay, it is 6 o'clock and I am going to call our September 4th meeting to order here for the Zoning Board of Appeals of Dunwoody. Let's take roll. Looks like we have everyone except Joe and Ryan S. Okay, but we do have quorum, so we are good to go. Did anyone have a chance to review the minutes from the August meeting? And if so, are there any edits?
Nope. But I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to approve the August minutes as submitted.
Okay, I have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor? Okay, our minutes are approved for August. Thank you. All right, do we have any organizational and procedural items? Nope, we don't. Any unfinished business? None? Okay, then let's proceed. I will read the preamble for the Zoning Board of Appeals. The Zoning Board of Appeals is charged with the responsibility of granting variances to ordinance requirements after determining whether there exists an undue hardship upon an applicant. In determining whether or not to grant a variance, the board shall apply the criteria specified in the City Code of Ordinances to the facts of each case. The Zoning Board of Appeals does not create zoning, nor can it change zoning. Matters brought before the Zoning Board of Appeals are to be concerned only with variances from requirements of the zoning ordinance, sign ordinance, and development and environmental ordinance. The board has no authority to grant variances for use, density, or height. Further, the board hears cases requesting an appeal to a staff interpretation or decision on these same ordinances. Final decisions of the Zoning Board of Appeals may be appealed by petitioning the Superior Court of DeKalb County within 30 days after the decision is rendered. And with that, I will turn it over to staff to present our case for tonight.
All right, thank you. So tonight's case is ZBA 25-14. It's at 5087 Tilly Mill Road, and they're requesting two variances, both setback variances, one from Chapter 27, Section 58 to allow a home addition and garage to encroach into the rear setback, and one to allow a garage to encroach into the side setback. So these are the existing conditions on the site. And so on the left, you can see that's the garage that encroaches into the side setback. All of the requests this evening are existing. All of the work is complete on the property. The photos in the middle, those are of the rear addition to the house that's encroaching into the rear setback. And then you can see the front of the house in the top right, along with a parking pad. And then in the bottom right, you can see a wall on the property. So this case is a bit complicated. I'll go through a timeline first. So in 2022, working without permits, the applicant expanded the existing home by adding a second story, rear addition to the house, and extensions to the garage. He also constructed a parking pad and retaining walls within the 75-foot stream buffer. So in January 2023, the city received a code complaint about that unpermitted work. And in July 2023, the city issued citations to the applicant. In February 2024, the applicant paid fines for those violations in the municipal court. And then in August 2024, he obtained a special administrative permit in order to demolish the improvements within the 75-foot stream buffer. The special administrative permit process can be used in order to do demolition work within the stream buffer. So the applicant began the demolition work, but without the demolition permit. So then in November of 2024, he received a stop work order and a second citation for doing the demolition work without a demolition permit. And then in March 2025, he paid the fine in court. Also in March 2025, the demolition permit was approved, but the applicant has not yet completed the demolition work. So no stream buffer variance is requested as part of this process because the parking pad and associated retaining walls in the 75-foot stream buffer will be demolished per the special administrative permit. So the special administrative permit covers the zoning approval needed in order to do the demolition work within the stream buffer. However, we still have a couple of variance requests. So the second story of the home addition and the garage are both encroaching into the rear setback, and the garage is also encroaching into the side setback. That's prompting two variance requests. There's also a wall in the northern side yard between the house and the property line that encroaches into the side setback, and that was not included as part of the application. So to the left, you can see the submitted survey. And so the applicant originally submitted the variance application in February of this year and was rejected due to missing multiple items, primarily a site plan based on the as-built survey and building plans that clearly identify the difference between the pre-existing and recently constructed elements. In June, the applicant resubmitted the application and was informed that the same items were missing and staff would recommend deferral if the application was not deemed complete by August 15th. And so staff is presently, unable to determine the precise extent of each setback encroachment as the submitted survey shown to the left from June 20th, 2023 conflicts with the applicant's submitted site plan. The applicant himself has stated that the submitted survey does not match the existing conditions on the property. And additionally, the submitted survey does not show the correct setbacks. The applicant has indicated that they wish to obtain a new as-built survey and has asked for a deferral in order to accomplish this, and staff supports this request. Therefore, in order to give the applicant time to acquire an updated as-built survey that can also serve as the site plan, staff recommends deferral of the request to the November 6th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Should you all wish to move forward with the case this evening, we would recommend a specific condition for approval that states that the parking pad and retaining walls in the 75-foot stream buffer, as well as the freestanding wall in the side yard, must be removed within 90 days of the granting of the variance, and a demolition permit must be obtained in order to do the demo work. Again, staff is recommending deferral, but should you all wish to move forward with the case this evening, that's the condition that we would recommend.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for staff at the moment? Okay, would the applicant like to come forward and present your case? And if you can, please state your name and address.
My name is Alwinchi Joel Atten,
And your address, please?
5087 Tilly Mill Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30338.
Thank you.
I'm Alan Shemberg representing him.
Okay, and your address?
2480 Briarcliff Road, Northeast, 6-322, Atlanta, Georgia, 30329.
Thank you.
I got a question, if I may. Is your request going to be for the deferral? Or
Yes.
you gonna- So, okay.
That's all. I was just gonna request a deferral because my client has hired a new surveyor because the old surveyor just wasn't meeting it. So that's why he's gonna get new as-built and everything. And we've had meetings with staff in order to do all this stuff, and we're trying to get everything worked out. My client's also, based on the new surveyor, he's gonna combine, he has two properties next to each other. So he's gonna combine it, so it'll be one less variance.
Okay, so does the other property, how does that factor into?
He owns,
Well-
he owns both properties.
Okay, we'll actually wait and address that in November.
Yes.
Okay, so you are requesting the variance? Excuse me, the deferral.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you.
60. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there any anyone here to speak in favor of this request? No? Anyone to speak in opposition to it? No? Okay, you can sit down. Then we will close public comment and I will turn it over to the board for questions or discussion regarding the applicant's request to defer until November.
So I've got a question, because I just want to make sure that if we do this, that it doesn't go again. What's missing? I mean, from the city, I should say.
So the major issue is that the submitted survey and the submitted site plan don't match up. So we're unable to determine the precise amount of encroachment into the setbacks. And so we don't feel that we can sort of bring that before you all to make a vote on it when, we don't have a site plan to condition the approval to that we feel confident accurately represents the conditions on the property.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure so that it's heard and everybody's on the same line of what's missing. The second question I have, and I'm not looking to get into the facts or the specifics of it, but demolition. What do we mean by demolition? Is demolition of the old of the old to bring it up to code, or what was the demolition about?
The demolition was to remove all of the improvements that have been constructed in the 75-foot stream buffer. They would not be replaced, just to be removed.
Okay, I'm good.
And just for context, for purposes for today, is it a timing issue that we were still holding this meeting today? Because this is, like you said, quite unusual where we have a case that's presented where the recommendation out of the gate is a deferral. And also for the applicant's request as well, or representation.
Right, so the hearing was advertised, because the application was deemed complete, but we were not able to resolve the discrepancies between the site plan and the survey. And so when we met with the applicant, we said that we wouldn't be able to move it forward in its current state. And he said that he didn't feel that the survey accurately represented what was on his property anyway. So we all mutually agreed that he would get a new as-built survey, and that can serve as the site plan.
Okay, I mean, for me, since they both agree, and they're both, I would move for the deferral to accept their application for deferral. Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept the request for deferral.
Okay,
Oh, there is, okay. I'm trying to apply my education, there we go. I move to defer the request for one variance from chapter 27, section 58 to allow home addition and garage to encroach into the rear setback, and one variance from chapter 27, section 58 to allow garage to encroach into the side setback to the November 6, 2025 zoning board of appeals meeting.
okay, we have a motion. Is there a second? All right, we have a second. All those in favor? Okay, the motion passes and the variance request will be deferred to the November 6th meeting. Thank you. Do we have any other business? No? Any public comment? Well, then our meeting, oh, excuse me, any board comment? All right, then our meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
That would be 90 days. So if you